everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Autobot Springer. Now this is a figure I've been wanting forever, and this is the first Springer I have in my collection, and by far is really cool. So in this video, as per my other videos, we're going to be going over this figure, why you should buy him, and if this figure is going to be in stock a lot at the stores, which I assure you, he probably is. So without further ado, let's get started. Right before taking this figure out of the box, right here we have a lovely CGI image of Springer 8630, 3-in-1 Studio Series Autobot Springer. The figure inside, right here on the top, Transformers the movie, same thing at the really top, Transformers the movie. Spinning our attention toward the side, we get a closer shot of Springer's face. He looks very mad. Studio Series 8630, so this is the 30th Studio 86 toy. Right here we have him in robot form and in his buggy, dune bike, I don't know, and his helicopter mode. His iconic movie scene is the Battle of Autobot City, and his little bio says, Springer and RC defend against a Decepticon attack by converting Autobot City. So in the film, Springer and RC convert Autobot City to fight back against the Decepticons. And right here we get a really lovely CGI render of Springer, the full body right here, and in the black background. So it looks really nice. And the bottom right here is the price. So if you guys do have the Target app, I recommend you do scan this, as on the Target app it will say $49.99, and in store it'll say $54.99. So I do recommend anyone who wants to pay a cheaper price, please scan at the bottom with the Target app and you will get it for $49.99. So here we have the figure. The figure Springer just looks so damn good. It just looks so good. I really do like it. Right here on the front side we get the Autobot insignia, which looks very nice, as well as on the head. The head does look really nice, and just seeing a closer look, we can see the head is painted really well and sculpted very well. We get some nice like mint green, some nice light green, as well as an even lighter shade of whitish mixed with green for the face, and the eyes are in vibrant blue, so they do stand out. I really do like the whole shoulder design here. It looks really lovely, and I do like just the design and the character overall in the 1986 film and in the show was amazing, and I really am glad to have this in the collection. This is my first Springer in my collection. I feel like this is such a great addition to the collection. It's so nice. I really do like the details that run along the arms. When we take a look at the arms, I do like all the details that are visible right here. And I also like that he does come with a gimmick, which I'll demonstrate in just a bit. But I also do like all the details that are incorporated on the feet, which they didn't have to do, as the 1986 designs were so simplistic, but I'm so glad they did it. And most of this is carried over from the original Springer figure from the War for Cybertron Siege toy line. And that Springer was a really great figure. I've heard really nice reviews about it. I just never had the chance to pick him up, but I got the Studio Series one, which is my first time getting a Springer figure, and I really do like this mold overall, and I feel like Hasbro did a really nice job, even though they went the lazy route and reused the mold, which honestly was probably the best choice right here, but obviously I really do like it. Now he does come with one gimmick. Now if you do remember in the 1986 film, he does fire a missile out of his arm at like I think Starscream or something, but overall to get that missile out, you just have to make use of one of the transformation pieces, flip his entire arm around, and then this little piece just simply sits there, and you're just going to pop it out, and then you're just going to close it like this. But overall, and just rotate the arm so it won't look weird, and there you have Springer with his little gimmick thing, his missile, so it looks really cool. Just for a closer look, you guys could see that it just pops out right there, it goes inside, pops right out. So yeah, overall a really cool gimmick, and I'm so glad they included that, even though it was only seen for only 3 seconds in the film. I also do like that he has articulated fingers, which are very nice, which will touch base on the articulation as of right now. He does have a ball joint at the head, so he can look up, down, tilt side to side, and do a full 360 if he wanted to. He does have shoulder joints, like the shoulder pads are on like this mushroom peg / swivel joint, so yeah, it's pretty cool, and the arms are on hinge joints. He does have a bicep rotation right here. He does have past 90-degree bend at the elbow, and he does have wrist rotation and finger rotation. The 4 fingers, the middle, index, ring, and pinky are connected all in one joint, so you won't be getting separate fingers like other characters like Commander Class Optimus Prime or Rodimus Prime or Ultra Magnus. But I also do like he has raise rotation, he has leg rotation, you can do splits, he can go back to that far, front to that far, and he could do past 90, and he has a lot of range of motion on the legs, so I really do like that. You could get this guy in multiple dynamic poses, and he does have an ankle joint. So overall, this figure's joints and mobility are really nice. I really do like the backpack region. Don't get me wrong, it does seem kibbly at times, but it does clean up very nice, and there's a lot of details on the back that also match his animation model, which I really do like how this looks like, because it looks very much like the animation model in the 1986 film. I did want to show you the back. Right here we get this like different types of plastics. Here we get this white one and this blue one, just to show you what you're dealing with here. And if you know like more about plastic, which is weaker versus stronger, you could have a sense of scope about the figure itself. And the wheels are really nice. I think they're made of plastic, so they're not rubbery like other ones, and I really do like that. So overall, this figure has a lot of detail and is more than meets the eye. So overall, let's see how this figure scales. First, let's bring in some 1986 cast. Let's bring in Hot Rod. And Hot Rod to Springer, I really do like the scale in the few scenes that they do share in the 1986 film when Hot Rod is Hot Rod before becoming Rodimus. I really do like this scale matches how they appear in the film. So yeah, it's pretty nice attention to detail to have. Here I have 86 Cup, same thing as Hot Rod, it looks very accurate. One of the most important comparisons being the Studio Series 86 RC, because RC was supposedly Springer's romantic partner in the film. But yeah, pretty cool just to see a scale. I think this scale is accurate, and we did see them in one scene running around, but I feel like RC should be slightly bigger or Springer slightly smaller, but overall it's a really nice scale. Here we have the Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Unfortunately, I don't own the Studio Series Commander class at the moment, because let's be honest, the price for the Commander class is ridiculous. So I own this one at the moment, but overall I'm going to get the Commander class sooner rather than later. Now here is Rodimus Prime. Rodimus Prime is taller than Springer. As usual, this is a leader class scale, and this is kind of like a Voyager class moving into a leader class scale. But overall, we can see the proportions. This is accurate to the show, but also, if you bought both of these figures, you do know the prices of leader class and commander class. Commander classes, at the time I bought Rodimus, were $80. Now they're $90, and the leader classes back in the day were usually $50, now they're $55. But overall, we can see the prices have changed, and the quality has changed slightly. But yeah, so I got both of these on a discount, lucky me. But overall, yeah, pretty cool. Here I have him next to Wreck-Gar, and this comparison is very important, is Wreck-Gar and Springer do share one scene where they do go sword to sword with each other, and it's really cool, that one scene. Even though Wreck-Gar didn't come with a sword or anything, but he does have the windmill, so it does serve as a really nice substitute piece. But overall, it's pretty cool. Here's how Springer scales with the Earthrise / Kingdom Optimus Prime. Here's how he scales next to Bumblebee, and Bumblebee barely makes it to the thigh / waist region of Springer. So yeah, this is how small Bumblebee is, and this is how big Springer is. Now, figures you haven't seen on my channel for a really long time, that being the Kingdom Cyclonus and the Studio Series Scourge. Scourge and Cyclonus, I feel like this scale is accurate to how they appear in the show. I'm not so sure how many scenes they do share together, all three of these characters, but overall I think this is a great size between all like the Decepticons and the Autobots, how they would scale in real life or in the 1986 show. Now, Springer here does come with quite a few accessories. First, let's start off with one of my favorites, this being this sledgehammer. And sledgehammer here looks really nice. It's painted in this like kind of white mixed with a turquoise greenish hue to it. I really like it. And I do like that we have this Autobot insignia like cut out right here, even though there's no insignia right there. You can right here you can see it. And I do like how we get all the the scratches and stuff. It looks like it's been worn out, it's been in battle several times, so it's a pretty nice addition to the collection. It looks really interesting. Moving along, we have the No Time to Die missile, and I really do like this missile. It's painted really well in this like 1980s turquoise bluish, and I really do like it, and it is blast effect compatible. To show you what I mean, if you have a blast effect laying around, you could just attach it right there and create like this sort of flying effect. But overall, it's pretty cool. I'm really glad they included this. Now, he does come with two blasters. These blasters came from the original Transformers Siege toy, and they're the exact same mold. The only difference is the color difference, and I think the plastic is in fact sturdier. And if you wanted to, you could combine both to like form this kind of like bazooka type thing, or yeah, you could combine it with this one and then combine it with another one or something like that. But overall, it's a really cool way that you could integrate both of these parts. Moving along, he has this gun right here, which is pretty nice. It's painted in the same color as the missile, and we could even see the black tab, so this area is painted and it looks really nice. Even though this looks more like an Ultra Magnus gun, unfortunately I don't have that character at the moment, but when I do, I'm going to be displaying it with this gun and it'll look really cool. Moving along, he does have this blade, which is painted in very nice silver and some blue right here and black on the handle, so it looks really nice and kind of reflective as well, so it's pretty cool. And he does come with the propeller blade. The propeller blade functions as either a sword, propeller, or just a sword itself. But overall, this propeller blade is really nice. It has multiple uses. You can just attach it on the figure, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all the accessories. I'll show you how to equip all of them right now. Starting off with the missile. Now, if we do notice, the missile does have a tab right here. The tab is right here, and there's a slot right here. So we could just attach it right here on the slot. And we could have this illusion that he has like this jetpack from a far away angle. It looks nice, but in reality, it just looks like a big fat blob on his back. And then we could attach the hammer or any of the blades if we wanted to. I personally like to attach the green blade because the green blade honestly looks kind of odd with him holding it. I prefer him holding something that looks like an actual weapon. And then to equip the sword or the hammer, you could just attach the hammer right here. The sword, and attach the hammer right here as they are on 5mm ports on the hands. And you could have him equipped out, decked out for battle. And for the two guns, I personally like to attach them on the forearm region of the figure because it makes it look like this guy is completely ready for battle. He's going to be taking on the Decepticons with swords and with the pistols themselves, and it looks really nice. Most of these, if not all of these accessories, have a tab on them, so they all incorporate onto this back part right here, as there are two slots right here. You could attach either the two guns, the two swords, the hammer, the missile, all of the accessories right here if you wanted to. Now turning on over to Springer's transformation, I'll play the music, so if you have this figure, sit back, relax, and follow along. And there we have Springer fully transformed into his awesome buggy mode. And his buggy, his dune bike mode, it's just so good. I really do like it. I like how this design is very original. and this design never showed up in any other continuity except for Transformers the 1980 show, and I really do like it. One thing I really do like about it is just, besides the design overall, just how this area is formed, how the shoulder pads become the engine, like where the wheels are, and then the hood becomes the chest. It's really cool, and I do like how easy it is to transform, and it's really nice and simple. And I really do like how much detail there is on the top part of the car, which was also the back of the robot mode. It's just so nice, and I really do like these little pieces that poke out. They just make this car look futuristic, and that was the whole vibe of the 1986 film, a film set in 2005, where people thought we would have flying cars by then, but we don't. But overall, yeah, it's a pretty cool, what's it called? Car form. I'm not so sure what type of car this would be. I'd say it's kind of like this kind of buggy, dune buggy. I'm not sure, but overall, I do know that the Legacy Sandstorm is similar in this, which I don't have at the moment, but I'll bring in some other figures. So for starting off, here let's bring in Studio Series Cup and Studio Series Cup to Springer. I really do like the scale. It's accurate to the film. It looks really great, and I really do like how both of them look. Same could also be said with the Studio Series Blur. Blur around Springer, they're around the same, near enough the same size. Springer obviously is bigger, but Blur is almost around there. But yeah, that's pretty much the scale between these two. Here I have them compared next to RC, and RC to Springer, this scale is accurate to the brief scenes they do share in the 1986 film where they're running around on the planet Junkion, and this is a really cool addition to the collection. I like having them all displayed in their vehicle forms because it honestly just gives me so much 1980s vibes. Now here is the Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Unfortunately, I don't have the Studio Series version just yet. I will be picking that up. But here we have Ultra Magnus here compared to Springer. It's a great substitute for now. And I think that this scale is somewhat accurate. Obviously, this is Studio Series one is more accurate as that one is larger than this one. And I think this is a nice scale. Unfortunately, Springer cannot fit anywhere except if you wanted to put him at the top of Ultra Magnus. Apologies for the noise. You could just put him right there. But overall, it's still gonna look really weird. And finally, here we have Hot Rod. And Hot Rod to Springer, I really do like this scale. And I think this is a really nice scale between both of these characters. They were both really great main characters in the film. And I think this scale is very accurate to how they appear in the 1986 film. I could just imagine if they ever want to touch base on these characters again in the future, I really hope they use similar designs like this and take place in a movie around the 2000s. It would be really cool to see that. For another size comparison, here I have the Ratchet / Ironhide mold, and just to show you a scale, the scale between this is nearly enough the same size. In fact, this one is just barely half of an inch larger than it. We could see it right here, half of an inch larger. We can put it right here. Yeah, we can see that Springer is larger, but overall, that's how big Springer's vehicle mode is if you have any of these characters. So now to turn Springer into his helicopter mode, very simple. So I'll play the music once more and we'll see how he looks like. And there we have Springer fully transformed into his helicopter mode. Now his helicopter mode is very unique. I really like how simple it is to transform it into his car form to his helicopter mode. It's very nice, and I do like how the propeller just simply attaches on and spins very, very fast. It's very cool. And one thing I did want to mention is that if you want it to spin, I recommend putting these two pieces all the way down, because if you have them at this angle, it'll restrict. If you have it like this, it'll restrict the helicopter pieces from moving to their full potential, so just have them at the downward angle. Now these pieces are, when you transform them, you're going to see that they just sit right there. They don't connect to anything. So yeah, that's one little issue I don't like about this figure, is that you just have to have this connected. And my copy simply does not want to tap in some parts, so yeah, I just have to do that over and over again. But I do like how we make use of the wheel, becomes the tailpiece, and the two wings at the car form become this part. It looks really cool. I like how it's very simple to turn it back and forth, and it's really easy. As far as it scales really nice. I do like how it looks like with the Starscream mold. The Starscream mold is in fact a little larger than this mold, so I'm just put it from head to head. We can see the Starscream mold is in fact a little bit larger. We can see right here, just moving it closer, it has around an inch of size left right there. But yeah, just to put him on top, we can see how big he is. So yeah, the nose cone makes this figure larger. So yeah, that's how big Starscream is to Springer. So if you have Starscream or Springer, you'll see how these ones are. And one thing I really don't like about the Studio Series 86 leader classes that aren't the Dinobots is that they're all the same War for Cybertron characters, just with more accessories. Like, come on, I want to see a new mold for Starscream. Sure, this mold is alright, but it still has its flaws. And this one is very nice and still has its flaws, but they're not as crazy as this one. Now the 86 Galvatron that's coming next year is going to be the same thing as Legacy and Kingdom, so we won't be expecting anything new. So wrapping up this review on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Leader Class Springer. Honestly, I really do like this figure. This figure actually is such a good figure. I'm not even lying. I know the price may be kind of hefty, but I really do like it. The articulation is great. The transformation is very simple and has a little bit complexity involved, and I really do like that. The accessories are really amazing. I do like the inclusion of the Warhammer, the swords, the guns, and even the little missile thing. And it's just so cool. And this character just completes the 1986 shelf, and I feel like the shelf is nearly complete. If I didn't have that Ultra Magnus figure, this shelf would be complete and I wouldn't really collect anymore. But overall, the 1986 shelf looks better than ever with Springer, and I really do like it. I really do recommend this figure. You can find him at Target, Walmart. You can buy him on Hazard Pulse, Amazon for around $54.99. Target $49.99. Just show him on the app that he's $49.99. As if you scan it on the barcodes in the store, it'll say $54. So scan it on the app so you could save at least $5. But overall, this is such a great figure. I really love it. So yeah, that about wraps my review. Tell me what you thought about this. Do you have this figure? Are you going to pick him up? Are you going to pass? Tell me in the comment section down below. And in the words of Optimus Prime, transform and roll out.